Hello and welcome to our video about support and assessment of special needs and exceptional bilingual students. Special or additional needs have many different acceptable and less acceptable terms, such as disability, handicap, impairment, etc. These terms center on the person rather than on sociocultural factors, on the person rather than on their context, on disabilities rather than potential capabilities. Special needs are likely to include the following areas: communication, learning, illiteracy, a low level of cognitive development, behavioral and emotional problems. Gifted and talented bilingual children. Exceptional students include those with gifted abilities, for example, high IQ, very creative, outstanding musical or mathematical talent, etc. It is also said that many bilinguals share cognitive giftedness, but we must make a distinction between those who share language gifts due to their multilingualism or bilingualism and those whose academic, artistic, scientific, or musical gifts are less related to their bilingualism, although not necessarily irrelevant to their success. Bilingualism can be blamed by teachers and other professionals for the early signs of Asperger's syndrome or autism, and a move to monolingualism has been frequently regarded as a solution, but this will not be helpful and will have minimal or no effect on the syndrome. The frequency of special needs in bilingual children. In the US, around 13% of students are in programs serving students with disabilities. It is evident that bilingual children in the US are both overrepresented and underrepresented in special education. One incorrect assumption is that bilingualism leads to language delay, but research does not attribute such challenges to bilingualism, since the communicative differences of bilingual children must be distinguished from communicative disorders.
Now let's talk about language delay. A lot of people attribute erroneously language delay to bilingualism, and it can happen for many reasons. Some of them are autism, severe subnormality, cerebral palsy, and physical problems, between others. There are many occasions when changing from bilingualism to monolingualism will have no effect on language delay. For example, if the child seems slow to speak without an obvious case, or seems low in self-esteem, dropping one language is unlikely to have any effect. On the contrary, the sudden change in school or family life might exacerbate the problem. The child might be further confused, even upset, if there is a dramatic change in the language of school or family. Thus, in most cases, it is inappropriate to move from bilingualism to monolingualism. However, it is important to reiterate that in the majority of cases, language delay will not be affected by retaining a bilingual approach. Now, let's move into bilingual special education. Special education bilingual children can be served by a variety of institutional arrangements. These include special education schools, special education units attached to mainstream schools, special resource classes in mainstream schools, withdrawal and pull-out programs, between others. J. Paradis found that 8 French English bilingual children with specific language impairment (SLI) were successful in learning two languages as tests in terms of grammatical morphology. This suggests that bilingualism and multilingualism are possible despite children with language and cognitive challenges often being recommended by well-meaning professionals to become monolingual.
Now let's talk about special education. When bilingual children are assessed, it is important to keep distinct three different aspects of their development. First, their language proficiency. Second, their second language proficiency. And the last one, the existence of learning and behavioral difficulty. The next one, the RIOT assessment. This assessment shows the students' communication in a variety of contexts and environments, including outside the classrooms. This also means collecting information about the expectation of family, friends, and teachers for child's communication. And an exceptional bilingual school is part of a complex system and their behavior are not understood by everyone. The RIOT assessment produce procedure is the reviews all available information, interview teachers, friends, family, observe a student in multiple contexts, test school and home language. Finally, improvement on education. Assessment of exceptional bilingual children is improved when there is not just testing but also observation in and out of the classroom, curriculum based assessment, a cultural and linguistic awareness of bilinguals, the use of appropriately trained assessors who seek to empower such children. and the use of multidisciplinary teams of teachers and specialists, also parents. Moreover, most bilingual special needs children will benefit from bilingual special education rather than monolingual special education because of their physical or mental challenges.